Hello, beautiful people. Danielle Renee reporting for News Positively. News Positively, where we see the glass half full. Thank you for joining me in today's positive news. We all know that there is a lot of crazy chaos going on in the world today. Quarantine, shelter in place, people locked up in their houses, essential workers having to go to work, putting themselves at risk and in danger, healthcare workers going to battle on the front lines. Now, it may look bleak out there, but I want everyone to know that there have been some positive sightings out of COVID-19. People sewing masks and making them for hospitals. People joining together in isolated dance parties and sing-alongs. Teachers doing car parades for their students. Rainbow drawings in windows, chalk art on sidewalks, spreading hope and good cheer. There's lots of free online classes for a variety of activities, such as fitness, art, language, dance, free streaming couch concerts by some of our favorite artists, church services being streamed on TV and online, Hallmark giving away millions of cards so we can send them to those who need an uplifting word, multiple companies across different industries pausing their own production to make needed items to fight the pandemic, nurses being applauded in Spain, United Kingdom, and the United States. Please join me as we take a more detailed look. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families who have lost loved ones during this pandemic. As we know, the virus can be most dangerous for the elderly and for those with pre-existing health conditions. There have been a few fighters prove that age ain't nothing but a number. Let's see here. In Oregon, a World War II veteran celebrated his 104th birthday after recently making a recovery from the coronavirus. In Italy, we have a 102-year-old woman who survived the illness. In Iran, a 103-year-old woman who made a recovery after spending a week in the hospital. These three not only got wiser over the years, they also got stronger. Currently, medical staff is short on supplies needed, but there have been a few step up to help them get what they need. In the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister Boris Johnson enlisted the help of English inventor James Dyson to help build ventilators. In just 10 days, Dyson invented and built a brand new, easily duplicated ventilator. Not only did Dyson invent these ventilators, he also donated 5,000 to international hospitals. Hundreds of volunteers with access to 3D printers are making masks as well as face shields and donating them to local hospitals. There have been a few different individuals and businesses that have developed these programs and published them for free. A California restaurant named Tootsie's in Palo Alto launched an Adopt a Doctor or Nurse program. The restaurant is keeping their business open while also caring for hospital staff. As part of this special program, individuals can choose to donate meals to the hospital staff, and then Tootsie's will go and deliver it. Some celebrities have been stepping up to help those affected by the pandemic. Leonardo DiCaprio joined forces with a few businesses and foundations in order to establish America's Food Fund in the response to the coronavirus pandemic. The organization focuses on feeding the most vulnerable people in the U.S.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, Leo. Dear Leo.
Legendary country musician Dolly Parton donated $1 million to Vanderbilt University in Tennessee, where they are researching a potential cure for the coronavirus. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds donated $1 million to food bank charities. In the NBA, Steph Curry and his wife donated $1 million to students in Oakland, California, who rely on school meals and won't be attending school due to their closure. Blake Griffin donated $100,000 to help workers at the Detroit Arena. Golden State Warriors players and management confirmed they would be donating $1 million to support workers who are affected. Lizzo has been sending lunches to hospitals across the country. Let us not forget the musicians who have granted our every wish by granting the gift called couch concerts. Yes, my friends, that is when you get to watch your favorite artists from the comfort of your own couch. Sweet, sweet bliss. Many have done live streaming concerts from home. Garth and Trisha, Elton John, John Legend, and many others. Many theaters have had to cancel production and shows due to the virus. The Metropolitan Opera announced that rather than ceasing their productions entirely, they will host nightly opera streams from their archive free of charge. On a related note, Andrew Lloyd Webber created a YouTube channel titled The Show Must Go On. In his channel, he shows a musical every Friday night that is free for 48 hours. This past Friday, it was The Phantom of the Opera. I can't wait to see what else is coming up. A concert titled Hope Rising, featuring Christian artists, to premiere Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live. This concert will be hosted by Candace Cameron Bure and her brother Kirk Cameron. It features many Christian performing artists, with benefits going to the Samaritan's Purse. Samaritan's Purse is on the front lines of the battle against COVID-19. They operate a 68 emergency-filled hospital in New York City's Central Park, as well as a hospital in Italy. Not only are they treating suffering patients with the disease, they are also donating personal protective equipment to hospitals. Some of the most beautiful stories to come out of the pandemic have been just simply when people come together across the world to help one another get through these struggling times. Germany is using its military Air Force planes to fly patients from Italy's worst-hit region into Germany for treatment. Also taking patients from hard-hit regions in France as well. The German foreign minister stated, "We stand by our Italian friends. We can only manage this together." In Massachusetts, before the mandatory shutdown took place, a mystery man went and bought all the flowers at one florist shop and then distributed them anonymously around his hometown. As a means of thanking their employees for their essential work during the outbreak, one of the largest grocery store chains in America is offering a hero bonus to their hourly workers. Kroger announced that they would be giving hourly frontline employees a temporary raise of $2 above their standard base pay rate. The bonus was applied to hours worked from March 29th through April 18th. An anonymous Maryland mother is being praised for leaving hundreds of bagged lunches out for her community during the shutdowns. A Brooklyn landlord waived April rent for all of his tenants. Only interest is alleviating the stress for his renters as well as letting them focus on their health. Nursing homes are no longer allowing visitors due to the pandemic in order to try and protect their residents. This has left it very difficult for seniors to stay connected to their families. This inspired two friends to launch a fundraiser, FaceTime for Nana. FaceTime for Nana uses its donations to buy iPads for nursing homes so the residents can use FaceTime in order to talk to their family and friends. A man in Australia, disheartened by the unemployment rate, stepped into action, giving out a total of $10,000 to hundreds of jobless workers waiting outside in the unemployment line in Melbourne, Australia. An anonymous Florida resident left a $10,000 tip for restaurant waitstaff before the state mandated the dining room shutdown. Not only are adults stepping up during this crisis, our littles are also taking action. Two friends, the ages of 5 and 7, decided to gather their pocket money in order to buy toilet paper and distribute it to their elderly neighbors. How freaking sweet is that?
They went around town, pulling their little red wagon full of toilet paper, giving it to grandmas and grandpas.
Two sophomores in Silver Spring, Maryland, created a service project where they deliver groceries and necessary supplies to the elderly and those with health conditions. Teen volunteers show delicate care while shopping and delivering for their elderly neighbors. They wear gloves while shopping, wipe down all grocery bags, and deliver curbside pickup. Not only are humans being helped during this pandemic, but also the Earth. Air pollution has dropped over the past weeks during quarantine due to the paused industrial processes and to reduced traffic. Working elephants in Thailand are being set free due to the drop in tourism. The better news is, this isn't just a temporary hiatus for these elephants. No, they are being set free for good. 78 elephants were set free in the Mesa Elephant Camp. It was the first time in 44 years that the elephants did not have to wear their heavy wooden seats. The park will now change their business to allow the elephants to roam freely on the grounds and operate as a place for visitors to come and observe the animals. A 2-hour documentary on Jane Goodall, The Hope, is set to premiere on Nat Geo and Geo Wild on Earth Day, April 22nd. The film will celebrate the 60-year career of the activist, highlights her tireless work to promote the message of hope for the Earth. Today, Jane is an author and a public speaker, sharing her message that we can each make a difference to create a better world. We can't forget love. One couple from East Yorkshire was scheduled to be married in March. When the reception was called off due to the pandemic, they chose to divert all of their catering to more than 400 hospital workers. A quarantined New Yorker used a drone to give his phone number to a young woman he spotted dancing on a nearby rooftop. It was determined later that the woman was in fact doing a dance from High School Musical, The Number, We're All in This Together. After talking for a bit via text, phone, and video chat, the couple actually shared a dinner date from across the street as they sat on their respective balconies. That, my friends, is all the time we have for today. But this positive news is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember, in these trying times, we have to do our best to spread light and to help keep hope alive. You can make a difference even in a simple way. A smile can travel from person to person and make it across the world. Thank you for joining me in today's episode, and I hope you tune in next time. This is Danielle Renee with News Positively, encouraging you to see the glass half full. Side in the slide. Why? No, my hair. Chirp, chirp, chipper, shipper. What? What was that even? Traveling the globe. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I even doing? What am I doing? Prime Minister Boris Johnson anonymously
Positivity Productions. Subscribe. Just click that button right there. And don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.